Hi, everybody. I'm Andrea. Bella Jacques. It's actually Jacques Scott. No judgment. Jacques. It's a hard one. Bella Jacques is a rising senior at UNH with a dual major in community organizing and sustainability. It has been fantastic having Bella as our Sustainability Institute fellow for many reasons. Bella is passionate and clearly devoted to our mission of telling the story of a day in the life of a young fisherman or woman. She has showed adventurous and open-minded spirit in her approach to this project. She has used her creative media asset talents to help us tell our story. And for me, she is inspiring, easy to work with, collaborative, and a really quick learner. And I just wanted to say that I've heard from several of our young fishermen and women how delightful it is to work with Bella. And that in itself is a compliment. It's very hard to get young fishermen and women to open up to new people. I find Bella to be incredibly refreshing, easy to work with, and incredibly mature for her age. And I'm delighted to announce that Bella will be staying with us after the fellowship to continue to work on with us as our content creative social media specialist. That's my new title. And we would like to thank the Sorensen Family Endowment for paying for Bella's fellowship. Really appreciate that. We're a nascent new nonprofit. And the Sorensen Family Endowment was kind enough to sponsor Bella's fellowship. And now we're happy to be able to put her on our payroll. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that introduction. It's been such a pleasure to work with you this summer. And also, yes, I'd love to thank the Sorensen Family Endowment for sponsoring my work this summer in telling the story of the next generation of our working waterfronts. And stories really allow us to share experiences and connect with each other as humans. And my favorite part about the story of the small boat commercial fishing industry are the fishermen and women who display passion, determination, community, and respect through their work. The focus of my project was to develop ways to share that message and change the stigma around the industry. I interviewed, filmed, and photographed 4 fishermen and women and started each interview with the same question: how do you believe small boat commercial fishermen are seen by the public? For Nicole, the belief that fishermen don't care about the ocean or the environment is an overgeneralization that doesn't sit right with her. She's a 29-year-old owner-operator with her partner, Charlie. Her father's a marine biologist, so she found her love for the ocean at a young age. She has a passion for lobstering. She provides her favorite restaurant with fresh lobster, and when she works on the water, she partakes in research studying lobster populations. She knows that if the sea temperatures keep rising, her livelihood and beloved ocean are at stake. And for Jeff, he has been lobstering since he was 12 years old. He loved it so much that he turned it into his career. Jeff explained that fishermen are often misunderstood. He was always told that they were uneducated and sometimes not thought of at all when consumers would purchase their seafood. He explained the importance of preserving the industry and taking action, and he takes action by being on the board of NAFA. And Jake Eaton is a college graduate, a deckhand to captain trainee graduate, passionate lobsterer, and captain of his boat, the Mackenzie Nicole, named after his wife. The stigma he noted was that fishermen were often viewed as a lower class people with lots of drug and alcohol abuse. He said that if people went and got their seafood from the dock and met these fishermen face to face, there would be more acceptance and awareness for the industry. Next slide, please. To change the stigma, we worked together to share what a day in the life of a fisherman looked like. We also developed a content calendar where I would create posts on our social media for fishermen and the public, really focused on mental health, career development, resources, and advocacy opportunities. I also worked on developing newsletters and my favorite part, which is the Doc Talk Next Generation video series. I would love to share a short version of these videos with you all now.
My name is Jake Eaton. The name of my boat is the Mackenzie Nicole, and I fish out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. majority of us fishermen are honest, hardworking people that really enjoy what we do, and we respect nature and all the the marine life that we see, and we want to preserve it so that generations after us can continue to make a living off the ocean.
Thank you so much. And thank you all. And thank you to the Sorensen Family Endowment once again. Please feel free to check out our Instagram for the full length videos. And it is Eat Local Month in New Hampshire. So eat local seafood from your local fishermen. Thank you all so much. And
Great work. Thank you, Bella. Thank you so much. That was really lovely. Alexis, I'll turn it over to you. Do you have any thoughts, questions?
Yes. So it's so exciting, right, that we even got to interview Bella. So I can remember back in the spring, and amazing how fast time flies, right? So Bella, looking back at it and thinking about this summer, we had talked so much about fisheries and local food, and you have that background as well in local food. Can you share, were there any like insights that were surprising to you after taking on this fellowship and seeing what the fishermen are working through?
definitely, I think going out lobstering for the first time was incredibly eye-opening. Um, I really didn't have an idea of like what was going to happen in the process of the day. And when I met with Jake, who was the first lobsterman I interviewed, him and his deckhand also, I asked them, okay, so what are we going to be doing? And they're like, oh, we're just going to check the traps and, set them and bait them. And I'm like, oh gosh, like all this terminology is so new to me. And so I was like, okay. And they're just like, all right, just put on some boots, grab some grundens, and I'll see you at 3 a.m. And so, and so I was like, all right, sure. And so going out on the boats with them and really seeing the process was just like really eye-opening and really exciting for me to want to broadcast that to the public and really kind of uncover the greatness that lies behind eating local seafood, and especially being on the New Hampshire coast. It's so special that we get this, and so.
And Bella, you had a really interesting task, which was to kind of document in some way the lives of these young fishermen and fisherwomen. What was the most challenging part of that? What was the most challenging part about interviews and thinking about the interviews and sort of attempting to connect with these individuals in their space, in their environment?
It was definitely a challenge, especially when it did come to setting up my little tripod and turning on the camera. It's like the second I pressed record, all personality shifted. And like these people who I was out like on the boat with, like having good time laughing, it's just like, whoa, like what are you doing? This is so bizarre, And so that was a bit of a challenge, but I think having that time to chat beforehand really kind of opened up conversation and sharing what the mission of this project was also helped. So that's kind of the approach I went to.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks so much.